Yep, top left guy is back. Yeah, I learned this yesterday. I was also thinking of doing like a pseudo bufferless here, where I try to press it down at the same time I press start. Probably won't do it yet, but I might start doing it. That wasn't it. But I think this might be a good strat, like that. Okay, well it didn't work. I don't know. I probably do want to start doing it soon, but not right now. I wonder if a villager's birthday passes and you play the game that day and you don't talk to them that day, do they mention it? Are they like, hey dude, why didn't you tell me happy birthday? Why didn't you come to my party? I guess I'll find out when I play Animal Crossing later. I'll never know because I'll never talk to Canberra the next day either. It's true. I'm getting mad at me. Actually, on the topic of Canberra, if you guys know like how villagers can only move out when they have like the thought bubble appear, I have the thought bubble going through my villagers right now. Like you're supposed to, if you see them have a thought bubble that says they want to leave, then you like close the game and don't talk to them until the next day, and then like the bubble like swaps between villagers. So I have that going around, so hopefully it'll get to Canberra soon and then I can kick Canberra off. The bubble virus. Is there a way to lose Animal Crossing? I mean, I guess having the worst possible town rating, having your town filled with weeds, that's like the closest thing. Oh yeah, I have to sync PB video now. Before I actually start runs, I gotta see if this syncs properly. Is that good enough? I can get it a little bit better. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, speedrun time. Hey, what? Dude, don't tell me this is gonna happen again. This is gonna have the variable lag thing. Backup saves are considered okay for GDQ. In fact, I commonly make backup saves for all my GDQ runs in case something goes horribly wrong. The issue with doing it for SRM though is that you don't want the audience to not know what they're missing. And so like if you like say fail it halfway through SRM, it'd be kind of weird to say, okay, whoops, I failed SRM, but here I'll just load a backup save. Oh, and by the way, I also have all these other items. Because, you know, at that point it looks very like, okay, well how are you gonna just get those items? I mean, it would be at least past the point where it's shown that you can get items from SRM, but at the same time you still want to show getting them all. Actually, there is one issue with a backup save for SRM anyway. It's eye drops. Because if you save with eye drops, you get prescription. So actually, no, you wouldn't be able to have a backup save until after Big Oran Sword, which is like 20 minutes after. Don't pause there. Which is like 20 minutes after SRM. Well, gainers in this game aren't hard. It's just gainers in this game is literally just have forward momentum and then backflip. You might be thinking of MM gainers, which are a bit harder. But in this, it's just move forward and then backflip. Really? Well, with hover boots, obviously. That might be something worth resetting over? Probably. Let me see. Oh, with my bomb count, yeah. I definitely have to reset. Okay, yeah. There's a reset. 2 minutes behind and 0 bombs. I will consider a reset. How many subs till a new emo slot? Oh, I have like 4 open emote slots. Although if you're still asking like what is the next one, I think my next one is at 1300 more subs. So it's a while away. What do I think of the new Paper Mario? Still looks like Sticker Star 3. I don't know. There wasn't partners confirmed for that, right? Like if there's not partners and like I know that there's like some kind of weird new battle system that looks weird. I don't know. But yeah, in general, it's not looking very appealing. Oh, there are partners? Okay. That's at least something good. Oh, people are just assuming some characters might be partners. I don't know. It's definitely a game that I will be skeptical of until I see more showing it looking good. Like, if it really is another Sticker Star Color Splash, whatever, then pass. Why do I think there are way more people that watch speedrunning than actually do it? Time commitment. It's just speedrunning's a lot of work. You have to put a lot of time into it. You have to learn a lot of stuff. And watching it does not use quite that much energy. I know you guys are working very hard on watching the stream right now, but not quite as hard as actually doing the speedrun. But I mean, it's the same reason why more people watch football than play football, or why more people, you know, why more people watch anything than play anything. Speedrunning requires self-esteem, which is hard to come by nowadays. You sure about that? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if self-esteem is quite a common quality in speedrunners. Did someone ever try to buy a world record from me? No. Not quite sure how that even worked anyway, considering how incredibly obvious it would be. Imagine random guy one day comes out and says, I got a record. And then people are like, where is your proof? And he's like, here's my video. And the video starts out with the person selecting the file name of the Japanese character that looks like a smiley face. And then people will get suspicious and say, hey, there's only one OOT speedrunner that does that. And then they look at the video, and they're all the strats that a certain other OOT runner uses. And they're like, I don't know if this is your video, man. But I would get free money out of it, I guess. And the guy would obviously get caught pretty quickly. But then wouldn't I get caught too? Wouldn't I get in trouble for selling, trying to sell a record? I think people would get mad at me for that too. Accuse him of stealing the footage. How would he have stolen the footage though? Would he have hacked onto my hard drive and stolen the video that probably would have been streamed live? I mean, I guess I could always try to pretend to be someone else. That'd probably be easier. But selling my run to someone else would be hard. But I could totally just create a fake account and say random new guy got new run. Although that'd be pretty easy to figure out. People have actually done that in like Mario. I forget who, but I remember there was like some Mario runner a while ago that created a second account and people figured it out. Actually, I wonder, so you know how when you gift sub, you get channel points, right? If you do anonymous gift subs, do you still get channel points from that? Someone test it. Who wants to test it for science? If you anonymous cheer, you don't get the bid emote? Okay, that's interesting. Cool, more anonymous gift subs. Okay, who was the anonymous gift subber and did you get channel points? Out yourself. Dang, all these anonymous gift subs. Okay. Give me the result of the science. Do you get the channel points or not? No points? You did get channel points. I base my favorite games off top 2 Metacritic games of all time. What? Is MM number 2? Well, yes, number 1 is Ocarina of Time. Oh, is number 2 Tony Hawk? Well, okay, my favorite Tony Hawk game was Underground 2, though. I don't think that's that high. Dang, Tony Hawk 2 is really number 2. That's crazy. Who discovered Vibruto? A crate back in like 2006. And then it was rediscovered like 10 years later. And everyone just forgot about it. Yeah, dude, a crate either found or almost found a ton of stuff like back in the early days. The first documented video of SRM is actually a 2007 video by a crate. We just had no idea what it was. It was just called Lever Armor. Because he did a glitch where a lever was inside Link's body, and so he was like, oh, we'll call this Lever Armor. Ha, funny. Funny little glitch that has absolutely no relevance otherwise, and totally will not bust open the game and be the biggest glitch ever found. And also, on a similar note, he also has a video from 2008 of using Farore's Wind to warp away from the Forest Temple Blue Warp to skip the cutscene, which may sound very similar to wrong warps which were discovered in 2012. And if he did the exact same thing in Fire Temple instead of Forest Temple, a wrong warp would have been found. But in the 3.5 years between that video and when wrong warping was actually found, no one decided to try it in Fire Temple or the Child Dungeons. And so we could have had wrong warp 3.5 years earlier too. Well, no, it's not that anyone thought it didn't work in other dungeons, it's that no one thought, why should we bother testing in other dungeons? Because when you think about it, like, why does wrong warp work in Forest Temple, or why does it work in Fire Temple but not Forest Temple? And, like, we know why, it's because of, like, certain cutscene shenanigans. But if you don't actually know how the trick works, then You might think, well, Forest and Fire Temple should be no different. If it works in Fire Temple, or if it works in Forest Temple to just skip the cutscene, then presumably it should work the same in all the other dungeons. Turns out it didn't. Yeah, no one bothers testing other people's videos. I mean, we're better at it now. Dude, what is going on? It's not a hard trick. And that case, in like specifically that case, is really stupid. Because that happened because I didn't switch from ESS to directly write fast enough, which is really stupid. Because like it means when switching my control stick, it read the input like midway through switching to directly write. At least I'm pretty sure. Which meant that that happened. Which is dumb. Yes, the record did fail it, which is really bad because it means that I'm not saving my biggest time save. Not a good thing that the record also failed it. What's my opinion on people making the same joke over and over? They're extremely funny. The most hilarious people on the planet. Every time you ask for rando, I delay rando another week. No, I just probably won't be doing rando soon just cause hundo. I really want to grind hundo right now. Whatever. I choose to run 100% because I think it's very cool, because I get to do lots of cool tricks. 100 bits every failed attempt. Didn't say that ahead of time. You're just gonna curse yourself. Famous last words, yeah. Guess this is just about time to get the Danpei record. Tardo DiCaprio. Okay, there we go. Alright, losing about 5 minutes to Danpei. Ooh, about 5.5. Is it worth continuing? Well, it's either continue or stop streaming. So, I'm basically just finishing for practice. Alright, how many tries was that? Was that 15? 17. Okay. So yeah, I'll just finish up for practice. Routing does not intentionally always put Danpei towards the end. It's just Danpei is put where it's fastest. And it just happens to not be near the beginning. It's just because you want to get the child section, you want to get the initial child section over with as quickly as possible because child sucks at doing things fast and adult is good at doing things fast. So you just want to get... I'm not playing for the heart piece, am I? Well, I got some extra bomb shoes. Am I okay? Do you think I'm okay after a 17th try Danpei? 50C in Arizona win. Probably around August. We'll get there. Does it get hot enough to literally fry eggs on asphalt? I'm fairly sure I've heard of people doing that. I mean, it's probably not good. My guess is that it's probably not the best eggs you've ever had. But, you know, you can get close. I will never do any hundo race. If I'm doing something for charity, I'm gonna do a rando for charity. No hundo races ever. Unless it's... The one exception is if it's like, if I'm preparing for a marathon, like a GDQ or something. That is the only situation I will ever accept doing a hundo race. Afraid to lose? Yeah, afraid to lose my sanity. No, hundo is literally like the worst category ever to run. Like, there's so much that can go so horribly wrong. There's Danpei, it's long. Like, hundo is just absolutely terrible for a race. Faster Quest is at least a little bit better, but even then it doesn't fix all the issues. If I were to ever do a hundo run, I would require it to be Faster Quest. I will never... There's at least a slightly higher chance of me doing a Faster Quest hundo race. Vanilla hundo, absolutely never. Yeah, time loss was entirely Danpei. Well, not entirely, but 5.5 minutes of it was. So this would have PB'd without Danpei. Cool. Yeah, so a little over 5.5 minutes. So yeah, this would have been about a minute PB. Yeah, so it would have been like a mid 138, mid to low. So no PB just because of Danpei, but if I can get consistently runs that would essentially be sub 340 minus Danpei, that's good. Yeah, just gotta do Danpei buffering. Yeah, at least I'm playing consistently, continuing to get better. That's the important part right now. So that's good. So Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed finishing up that run.